Hi class, this is my second attempt in trying to give you more specific information about Milestone 1 writing notes and the goals for Milestone 1. As you can see here, this is the rubric for the writing notes assignment, and there are 5 critical elements. The first one is to identify the article that you will choose for this term. You have 3 choices between Syra McFadden, Amy Tan, or Andrew Braxma. Your second critical element is to identify what you feel is the author's overall purpose or goal, which is essentially the thesis statement. The third critical element is to note 3 or more key points that the author uses to reach the goal. These key points could be the evidence that supports the thesis statement. The fourth critical element is to write about your initial reactions to the article, which can include how it made you feel, if you agree or disagree with the author, and why. The fifth and final critical element of this assignment is to identify the author's intended audience. So, in this assignment, we are asking you to be actively engaged in the reading and to make note of your reactions during and after the reading. So this is called to be an active reader. So you can be an active reader or you could be an inactive reader. So what is an active reader? There are certain traits that an active reader will do. The first one being tailor the reading strategies to suit each assignment. My suggestion to you is to have the rubric by your side as you are writing your essay, your first draft, your outline, even the prompts to this assignment. That will help you to make sure that you are doing what is asked of the assignment. The second trait is to analyze the purpose of the reading assignment. What is the objective of your assignment? In your critical analysis, you are being asked to evaluate how the author presented his or her purpose. Ultimately, you are going to assess if the author was effective in achieving his or her goal. The third trait of an active reader is to adjust their reading speed to suit his or her purpose. So depending upon what your purpose is, you might adapt your speed. For example, if you're looking for a statistic, your eye will look over for numbers. If you're looking for words that are unfamiliar to you, you might take a bit longer. Question ideas in the assignment. Ask yourself, why am I being asked to look for sections of the text that stand out to me? How will I use this information later? Remember that there is always a purpose for everything, and eventually it will come to light for you. Next one is to skim the headings or introduction and conclusion to find out what an assignment is about before beginning to read. If you do this, this will give you a quick idea of what to expect. Second to last is to read with pencil in hand, highlighting, jotting notes, and marking key vocabulary, key words, phrases, and quotes. This is called annotation. And this is extremely important, and I cannot stress this action enough. It's not just enough to highlight, as you would probably ask yourself, why did I highlight this? After you highlight, make a note in the margin as to why you highlighted. Do you have a question? Do you like the statement? Do you agree or disagree? Why? Mark your reaction in the margin, and that will help you to formulate when you go to write your first drafts and your final draft. Other questions that you can ask would be, could the author have presented a statement in a more effective way? So with that, this is annotation. And the last trait of an active reader is to develop personalized strategies that are particularly effective. Over time, you might find certain strategies that might help you to be more actively engaged in any kind of reading. So the next part here is, how many times do you think you need to read a text in order to understand it? Usually you will have to read it more than once at the college level, and I would suggest in the first read to read it first to get a quick glimpse of what the text is about. In the second read, have a different purpose, such as looking for words that are unfamiliar, seeking out main points, statements you agree or disagree with. But you can read it a multiple of times. The third, fourth, and fifth read have another purpose. I would suggest that you read with only one purpose at a time, because if you read thinking of all these different purposes simultaneously, you will feel overwhelmed and confused and frustrated with the entire reading process. So it's best to just keep one purpose at a time, and it will be a lot easier for you. So in the end, you should read the text as many times as you need in order to fully understand the text. So here is an example of annotation. So if you look at this picture of the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, you will see that the student has circled things, she's underlined, she's asking questions, she's making notes to herself, she has things that pertain to figurative language, a literal level, she's mentioning tone, she's even questioning what this one line means with a and like this. This is called pure annotation. So getting started with this assignment that you have this week, I will ask you to ponder these questions. What is the main topic or subject of this text? Make a note about it in the margin. What can be inferred about the author's attitude toward the topic or the audience? Find key words about the author's attitude and make a note about it in the margin. Find evidence that gives you an idea of who the audience is and note it in the margin. To whom is this message directed? Again, make note of evidence that supports who you think is the audience of the text. And what is the author's goal? Where is his or her thesis statement? Mark that, highlight it, color it, whatever you need to do, and give your reason in the margin. Do you agree or disagree with what the author says? Why? If you see a statement that you agree or disagree with, note it in the margin and state why you agree or disagree. There's a reason for everything. And so that is it. If you have any additional questions about the writing notes assignment, please feel free to contact me at my email, or you're welcome to post a question in the Blackboard discussion threads. And so that is it. I hope this little video was helpful to you, and I will see you soon. Thank you.